8:20, and let's get into the conversation. It's no news. I'm sure everybody knows, and everyone is currently suffering the effects of the new price of petrol after the news came out yesterday. And, well, some of the filling stations had to close down. Some of them sold at around 590, some 616, 15, 617. It was just varied at different petrol stations. I'm pretty sure it had different reasons for that. Hopefully we'll get to the nitty-gritty of all of this and understand the reasons behind this sudden increase in the price of petrol. The NNPC GMD had explained why, Mele Kyari, what he says was we have the market forces, as he described them, responsible for what we are experiencing at the moment with regards to the upward move of the price of petrol. I'll just let us listen to what Mele Kyari said.
What I know is that the market forces will regulate the market. Prices will go down sometimes it will go up, but there will be stability of supply. And I'm also assuring Nigerians that this is the best way to go forward so that we can adjust prices when market goes. I don't have the details this moment, but I know that our marketing wing acts just like every other company in this business. I know that a number of companies have imported petroleum products today, PMS. So many of them are online. I'm sure my colleague will confirm this. So market forces have started to play. People have started having confidence in the market, and the private sector people are now importing products. But there's no way they can recover their costs if they cannot take market reflective costs.
Oh, you heard him. And if you remember, just I think it was 2 days ago, reports of about 5 private companies that were granted license to bring in these products, and they imported the products for the first time. It's always been the NNPC with the monopoly of doing that, and we had those. And when that happened, there was some sort of excitement for people who got that news and felt like, oh, now that we have other people being able to import this product, well, the monopoly of importation would be taken out, and perhaps the prices would also reflect that. And just after we heard that news, we got the bitter one of the new pump price of petrol. Joining me via telephone this morning on the show is the NLC chairman in Rivers State. He was a former chairman of Pengasen, and he is no other than Alex Agwanwo. Sorry, you're welcome. Good morning to you. Hello, sir. Good morning. Oh, goodness me. Well, we're going to try to reestablish contact there. I got interrupted by the service providers, I'm pretty sure. Just a couple of minutes for us, and we'll get back in touch with him and hopefully get to hear more details concerning this. We're also expecting to have the PETROAN state chairman with us in the studio this morning, no other than Francis Dimkpa. I understand that the situation is quite pathetic this morning, as some most vehicles are not on the road. People are queuing up. It's quite difficult to even get petrol. That's what the situation is at the moment. We'll be calling our guest again via telephone to get his reaction to this. Perhaps the NLC has something planned out. We would find out when we speak with Mr. Alex in just a matter of moments. In the meantime, for you, price for petrol is now between 590, 617 naira. I spoke to someone yesterday who told me that in Benin, it was even selling for as much as 620 naira yesterday. 630 naira for some places in Benin. When I spoke with someone in Benin that was the transport business. And at this point, what is next for Nigerians? It was around 200 and something, it got to 300 and something, and then got to 500, and now we're talking 600. And with what happens towards the end of the year every year, December, is it going to, what is next? In fact, that's the question, and we would be very appreciative if you let us know your position on what you think would be the next for Nigerians. How much more can Nigerians take? We're still currently trying to get in touch with Alex, the NLC chairman, Rivers State, because many have been calling on the NLC and the TUC. They want to know, they want to hear, they want to find out what are they saying. When I spoke with the TUC chairman yesterday, if you remember, and I brought this conversation up, he had shared with us the fact that they felt disrespected in knowing that there was an ongoing negotiation with the federal government. The government went on to decide the kind of palliative it wants to give, which is the 8,000 naira monthly to 12 million households, and even that at the moment is being looked at by the government trying to review the 8K upwards. Many are saying, don't even do that. Channel this money into something else. It would make a lot more sense if we do that. But it seemed not to be the case. So, the TUC has said that they are still going to go on with that negotiation. Although I think this morning on the newspaper review, we also heard the TLC and TUC lambasting the government and shunning the negotiation. So what will be the next step? What should we be seeing going forward is another question that needs to be answered. So get to us on social media: Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, Twitter, Nigeria Info PH, and on Instagram and Threads, Nigeria Info FM _PH. Facebook, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. Quickly get to us on those platforms, and we'll be taking some of those messages. This person says it's watching live from Ebonyi State. Okay, Dickland, thank you very much. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. Now, if you did not know, there was an ongoing negotiation between Labour and the government, and the idea was to come up with a robust plan for the palliative following the removal of subsidy. And then we heard the government announcement that came for the 8,000 naira monthly. And now, at the moment, the NLC and the TUC have lambasted the federal government, and they say this is very tough for citizens, and allowing this to continue, some economists have even said we are heading to chaos in the country because some of the modalities that should be in place aren't in place, and that's why we are having what we have. Let's get on to Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex, thank you for joining us this morning. You're welcome. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. You have been with Pengasin. You are now chairman NLC, Rivers State.
Sorry, not Pengasin.
Okay. Tell us this, please. What is Labour's plan? What is the situation? Because we saw on the newspaper review that Labour and NLC and TUC are shunning the negotiations that was on with the federal government to discuss some well thought out palliative. But then we heard the 8,000 naira that government was planning to put out, and that changed everything. What is Labour's position on this, and what is Labour's step next?
Thank you very much. These are the challenges we put on ground. We'll let the public know about it when the issue of subsidy was removed. But the masses, including you yourself, you will conceived, and people try to look at NLC as not trying to do the right thing. They try to politicize the whole situation. Even when I was investigating that period, you also made the assertions.
Which assertions precisely were made?
The thing is that when there is reality, we should be able to face it. NLC from the beginning was said this is not possible. we have insisted that the palliative should be put in place first, and the refinery should put to work. There is no how you to regulate based on importation. Now you give out licenses to import petroleum products. Is there about the number of licenses that are given out for people to import as an LPC that will reduce the price? But the regulation can only be possible, and when the face of market economic forces are within, not from outside. Correct now, it is based on economic forces outside Nigeria, outside the country. The price of dollar, the dollar rate, the exchange rate, and the price of crude is what is determining the price of the PMS today. So I think it's high time Nigerians to rise up to the occasion. We should leave sentiment.
But the NLC was Labour were the ones who suspended the protest after having a negotiation with government when the price went up. Nigerians had called on Labour and said, why are we not protesting this? When the price first went up, Labour, if I remember categorically, the national chairman speaking, hold on, the national chairman speaking, Hold on, Mr. Alex, so we can get this in proper perspective. The current Labour chairman, I'm not talking about the past one, Mr. Ajaero, the current one, Labour had gone in negotiations with the government and said, oh, there was going to be palliative that we put in place and a negotiation was going on, blah, 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 and suspended the protest that it was supposed to hold. Because I remember at the time when Labour came up, the new administration came, the price of petrol was one thing, the subsidy removal was another thing, the naira situation was also another thing, which the naira situation, Labour said it had set in conversations with the CBN to sort that out, and it was going to also apply the same measures with the government to have a negotiation. And from what we gathered, that negotiation has still been ongoing. The government came out with an 8,000 naira plan for over 12 million households monthly. And Labour still had not said anything or nothing at all. And now we have this price. So don't you think that it would be unfair to say Nigerians stopped Labour?
We have totally rejected it. You can go to the news, you can watch Labour, the national president of NFC, Nigeria has come openly and say it's not acceptable. We are not accepting that. Because it can do nothing and nothing. 8,000 for what? How is that going to push on?
But that's the problem. Many are saying Labour is just talking. They say Labour is all about talk and no work.
We plan to go on strike. We plan to go on strike. And we are so serious about it. In Rivers State here, I did my mobilization, I did everything. I spent money in terms of mobilizing people and to make sure that this strike is effective. Even at the national level, I know the effort that was put in place. You know, when we talk about labor, it's not it's a expression of the masses.
All right, Mr. Alex, please hold your thoughts. Just hold your thought. Let's go for this commercial. Hold your thoughts.
You are tuned in.
Alex Agwanwo, who was also chairman for Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG. Mr. Alex, I'm sure you're still with us. Thank you for staying on the line. So yes, you were trying to clarify before we went on that commercial. As I was telling you, that for many Nigerians, they would say they've lost absolute confidence in Labour. Especially when they look at how long this petrol situation persisted from the past administration up until now. And Labour, people were expecting to see what they saw under the Goodluck administration, where Labour would occupy Nigeria, go on the streets, protest and all of those. But what we see these days is just Labour saying we disagree. And that's it. There's no other action that people see to say, oh, Labour is still really active. How would you explain that?
Okay, I think the issue here is not about Labour. When you talk about Nigeria, it's not about Labour. It is a mass protest on the masses of this country. Both the civil society organizations, but they championed it. What Labour also get credit to it. So it was not Labour that did the Occupy.
So we didn't have the strikes that involved NUPENG and other associations at the time.
You see, the issue of the meeting and boycotting the meeting and the negotiations, the reasons are very obvious. We agree that when we still want to go on strike, after we should have on, the government went to court, and the court came with a ruling saying that we cannot go on strike and asking that let status quo remain. And we should go and engage the federal government on the issue. And in between this engagement, and government is coming with this kind of increase again, telling us story about market forces determining the price. For us, it's not acceptable, and that was the reason why we walked out of the meeting. Because the reason for this, we have analyzed the market forces, so we cannot use the market forces, foreign market forces, to determine the price of product in Nigeria. We should put the refineries to order. Let's start producing.
What are these
production in Nigeria here? Then the forces, the market forces, production forces here, we need to determine the prices. We cannot begin to use the exchange rate and the crude oil rate, which is not. It cannot. The price will increase more because the exchange rate is in our favor. The crude oil prices is increasing on a daily basis. So Nigerians will keep on suffering, and this cannot continue. It's not acceptable.
All right, Mr. Alex, if you can clarify, because you've been in the system, you are still in the system. I'm pretty sure you still follow up with NUPENG activities. What exactly are these market forces, so that the listener can understand? When Mele Kyari came and said market forces determining prices, for many people it sounded like he was saying rubbish because they couldn't comprehend what exactly are these market forces. So can you explain for us?
The market forces we're talking about is the price of food in the international market. As of the price moved from about 70 to 80 as of yesterday per barrel. And you can see the rate of dollar, exchange rate, has moved up to as of yesterday it was about 8.25. And before, these marketers were getting these products with the official rate of 4 something. Then now, the government of the day, led by His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now said that the exchange rate should be the same, both the official and the unofficial market. They are selling at the same rate. So at that point, marketers cannot get the rate they normally get from the banks, which is less than the black market rate. So they go with the current rate of which is the normal rate everywhere now. There's no difference. So that automatically increase the price in terms of them going to the market internationally, because our exchange rate at the international market will remain the same as the exchange rate in Nigeria here in terms of the local market. So at that point, these forces, the increase in the price of our exchange rate, being the dollar particularly, and the increase in the price of the crude oil at the international market. So these are the things we were trying to explain today. That occasion the increase in pump price, because if you cannot buy the refined product and bring in at a higher rate and sell at a lower rate, because there is no more subsidy.
All right,
the subsidy is not again.
But explain further, please. At the moment, a barrel of crude is about $79 per barrel, I think, and some cents added to it. That is what a barrel of crude is. There was a time where it was even higher than that. It was okay. Yes, it was around.
Because there was subsidy. We are not feeling it. There was subsidy.
So now, in other words, you're saying at $79 per barrel, if the price of a barrel of crude goes up to around, say, 90, what would that imply for us locally?
That's what I told you. This price will likely increase. In as much those profits continue to play on. In as much the exchange continue to increase, the price of crude continue to increase, the price of PMS will increase. And these are the things we are talking about. Some Nigerians from some quarters, based on political affiliation and settlement, we are trying to blackmail NLC being political,
So what would is there any chance of this ever coming down? Because many look at Nigeria and feel the price of things never come down. Even if they are saying, the market forces, sometimes it will go up, sometimes it will come down. What we have seen has been up. The market forces has never in any way brought this down.
For me, it will take the grace of God. Because for Nigeria, nothing goes up and come down. Nothing goes up and come down in Nigeria. You know that one.
Why is it so?
The only thing that can happen is let these refineries begin to work. If there's local production of this refined product, honestly, we'll not be where we are today.
All right, let's open the phone lines, Mr. Alex. Let's just take a few calls from the listener, a few questions before we wrap things up. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. Now, those are the numbers. You can call to join the conversation live with us here in the studio. On Facebook, you can watch, listen. It is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook, and it is Nigeria Info PH on Twitter. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. So let's look at this. This particular message here on WhatsApp says, this program is really an eye-opener. Please, can you make it weekly? I'm trying to understand, though. Petrol subsidy is the only benefit of a common Nigerian. The problem isn't the subsidy, but the corruption that exists in the subsidy. A serious government will close the loopholes first by getting realistic quantity of fuel consumed by the country, fast-track local production. My brother, buying petrol 95 to 185 naira as maintained by previous government was a benefit and encouraged investment for startup. This government must invest in production, not consumption. Let's go to Charity in Igruta. Charity, good morning to you. Go ahead. We have the Labour chairman online, so if you have questions, you can also ask them. Hello, Charity.
Hello, good morning.
Go ahead.
Labour in the first place are supposed to have a strike. There is no way that Nigeria that has crude will keep on buying from outside. The only way from this that is out of this problem is if Nigeria can refine her own oil. So negotiating for palliative and no palliative by Labour is where they got it all wrong. They would have just stick to that plan that Nigeria must fix their refinery. Because without fixing these refineries, these situations will continue. I'm not seeing any way out of it, except these refineries in Nigeria is being fixed. Otherwise, Nigeria is going to die. I don't know why Labour just keep on doing that. They need to do the right at the right time. Has government ever negotiated anything better? Let the Labour take the stand. If they want us to go out of the street and protest, we will. Because the situation is fund. They cannot be influenced and yet people fluctuating. It is going to affect everybody. Labour will stand and say no. And all the Nigerians are supporting them. The hardship is becoming too much. Thank you.
All right, Charity, thank you. Temple in First Artillery, good morning.
Good morning, distinguished Femi Andrew.
Right.
I salute your guest in the studio. I think one thing I want to say, agreeing with your guest as a person, not as the Labour leader chairman, but as a person, this issue of fixing our refineries, those of them who have interest in the modular refineries, at least giving them license, it will enhance competitiveness. And when there is massive in production, it will bring down the poor price of petrol. But I doubt if that will happen, because the level of corruption, when the NNPC boss was talking about market force, for me, he was even talking out of point. For me, it was not even making sense. Because when you talk about stability, the level of corruption there will not help us. At THA, they are selling 700. And I'm afraid it will not get to 1,000 naira from now to December. And when you talk about the demand of labor, the one thing obvious in the demand of labor is that labor as a group has remained selfish and inconsequential to their plight of demand. Labor has remained self-centered. Labor does not have the interest of Nigerian people at heart. What they're after is what themselves will get. And they don't care what ordinary Nigerians there out there in the street will get. For me, labor has nothing to offer to us.
All right, Temple, thank you. Let's go to Muriel. Muriel in Okrika, good morning.
Thank you, Efemi. Good morning. He's your Okrika woman.
Go on.
You see, Efemi, what caught me is was when your guest was trying to blame we, the populace, for all their suspended strikes. Look, Efemi, in fact, I want to even ask, can the NLC do open negotiations with the government? Can they allow us to be there when they do their negotiations so that we can know what exactly they are doing? The government has disregarded them so much that even while they are negotiating, while they are doing negotiations, they just go ahead and do whatever they like. Look, Efemi, this is so annoying. I want to ask the LSE chairman, when Jonathan removed subsidy, did they even give him chance to negotiate before they even went out and occupied Nigeria? Did they give him that chance? Can the NLC not just come out and act? Now they have brought themselves so low that the government has even suspended them from going on strike. There's even an injunction for that. Look, Efemi, I just want to give them one opportunity. Can they go around and beg Nigerians, no matter how poor, no matter how hungry they are, even the poorest of the poor, can they be able to reach out to them to refuse this 8,000 naira? If all Nigerians can come out and refuse this 8,000 naira and tell the government, we don't want it. If we perish, we perish. Go and fix the refineries. Give us modular refineries. Give us new one or fix the old ones. If Nigerians can decide and hold fix their decisions, then I think the government can begin to sit up. Then the poorest of the poor, try as much as can to hold their throat. All of us should hold our throat and tell this government that if we perish, we perish. Go and fix our refineries for us.
All right, Muriel, thank you very much.
It's like they can't do anything for us. We should come together and decide this.
All right, let's go to Bori, Letambari, and then we get to Braid in Transamade. Letambari, straight to the point, please. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
And good morning to your guests. Yes, looking at the situation at hand, I think firstly, we've been complaining and lamenting, ranting, that this whole responsibility of importing fuel should be given marketers, that it should be withdrawn from NNPC. And now the opportunity has been given to marketers. And the result is now eliciting different reactions from people because it has not fallen to the favor of the citizen. Secondly, let me ask the Labour chairman in the studio. Since after the Adams Oshomole led leadership of Labour, what has the Labour impacted on the workers and also to the citizens of this country? Because I see that the same amount of money paid to workers, even when fuel increased from the least to the highest. The salary remained permanently as it was. And Labour has been in point of negotiation with federal government all this while, asking workers and the citizens to be patient. And they have been patient for so long, for several years today. Labour has not come up with anything as an impact to all their agitation or their round table with the federal government up to date. And fuel keep increasing, food prices are high, the people are finding it difficult to survive. And Labour will be coming to the studio and be giving us all the grammar here and there. I want to ask the Labour chairman, in the workers' welfare, what impact has Labour been able to impact on workers, mostly on their salaries? And
all right, Leighton Barry, thank
you.
Citizens. Let's go to Braid in Transamadi, and JJ will be our last caller. Braid, good morning.
Good morning, Etienne.
All right, go on straight to the point, please, Braid.
Yeah, last time we have a labor union, I think it's Kokori. Today, the labor union we have, they don't think about the workforce, they don't think about the masses. They only think how to go and sit down with the government and negotiate for their pocket. As I speak with you, if really labor leaders can stop, all these things will stop. In a matter of months, our refineries will be on track. It's the nonchalant attitude of labor. The government takes them for granted. Now, tell me, what is the bottleneck in repairing our refinery or building more modern refineries for the country? If Aliko Dangote could build refinery within a space of time, what makes the federal government or state government in collaboration with federal government to build more refineries? We are taking our cruise out, talking about landing fee, dollar rate. If we are refining our product here, I don't think all those things will come in.
All right, Braid, thank you. JJ, quickly, straight to the point, you're our last caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Greet your guest. I just want to ask if you can explain what carry means by market forces, because I don't know how these market forces are operating. I don't know if Labour knows. That is why they are not doing anything. Because this is not the first time Carey has said this. When the first increment of 511 came, he told us market forces. Now, if you check, just Google, you will see that the crude price in the international market has not increased.
It came down,
so
exactly my point.
What is the market for? How many days ago it was $70-something per barrel, and now it's also $70-something barrel. So what is this market forces that is now fluctuating the whole price? Why not the price go down at the time?
Thank you very much. Thank you, JJ. I'm sure you heard it, Mr. Alex, because even the price of crude per barrel at one point was around 78, and then it has come down to around 75, 76 now. But then we're having our own prices go up, and if what is controlling us is controlling our current petrol price is the price of crude per barrel, how come the price of crude per barrel continues to go down and ours is going up? OPEC was looking at how it could cut production so the price of crude per barrel would go up. So if you can explain for us, we have less than 3 minutes, so we just get your response to some of the callers.
Thank you very much. You know, like I said earlier, in every deregulated economy, the market forces of production of goods and services determine the price. And before now, our position has been that let the refineries be put in place so we can refine locally. Because the cost of this refining internationally is very expensive. And that is why the price is high. And I don't know for now if the price, because the price is not stable. As of yesterday, the price of food was $80 per barrel. As of yesterday, when I checked. So if the price has come down to 75 now, I don't know. And you understand what is the exchange rate of buying this product outside the country. Our exchange rate today, a dollar is not less than 8.25. So these are the forces that have been controlling this price according to that's what Kerry is trying to explain. But honestly, we are not looking at that. As Labour, somebody asked about what Labour is doing. as NLC, we are a central organization. We have athlete unions. They know how to negotiate their wages and salaries for their members in each athlete. For us, we talk about the minimum wage, which affects everybody. And you remember from the time of Oshomole, it was 15, Ayuba took it to 30, and now the current administration of NLC, the current leadership, is engaging the government on the current minimum wage, which we have sent our proposal. You're with me? So, for us, in this issue of increase, it's unacceptable.
So now that Labour is pulling out of this negotiation, what is next for Nigerians? In 10 seconds, what is next for Nigerians?
Like somebody say, I'm like the force coming from Nigerians now. So, Nigerians have to stand up. You don't have to look at only level. When you talk about Occupy, it was only level. It was a massive. Increasing the level. All
right, Mr. Alex, we would say thank you at this point. We don't have a lot of time anymore. We have to go for a commercial. Thank you very much for your time.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.